We had that intro going on twice. My bad. So we're here getting ready to do the Alamo City Sportscast with Chicana Fuerte and my boy Spurnandez.
Yeah.
We're toasting, making some toast right now with the
Salud,
mimosas.
Salud. Puro mimosa Friday.
Steph's over here trying to get us drunk before the show even starts, man.
Just a little lit.
Just a little litty.
Just a little litty.
Hey, and y'all gonna be going to check out the game tonight too, the watch party.
Yep, the watch. Yep, we'll be there.
That's gonna be wild, man.
It'll be a good time.
That game starts late too at night.
It's a late game. Yeah, it's in San Francisco. So yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have the kids with us, so we'll check it out for a little bit. Then we'll watch the
we
rest.
might just go do the
That's
festivities.
exactly what I was thinking. También.
We'll go do the face painting and the hanging out and have some drinks and probably bounce out though. Like staying for that whole game. So
carajo, man, especially with children, little ones.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
They'll be like, "Mom, I want to go home.
Yes.
I'm hungry."
For real.
I already know.
Oh yeah.
We were all there before, man.
Oh yeah.
But man, the ones that used to get me the most, man, were my boys. Boys are nestios as hell, bro.
Yeah.
You got to go chase them down.
Yeah.
You got to go look for them. Understand?
What trouble they?
What did he break?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It wasn't mine.
Well, the good thing is that like me and the kids have been doing, all these like little events for the Spurs. So Jose has found some friends like, Spurs Jesus' son and other little friends too. So it's gonna be interesting to see them again.
All right. Well, we're here. We're live. And we're bringing you another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with some special in-studio guests. You might know them as the one and only Chicana Fuerte. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, sir.
And we have the infamous Spurnandez, Puro Exit 7
Puro
over
Exit
here.
7, Puro Marbach, the man, the myth, the legend. The Freds. We got the Freds coming in hot.
I wonder who made that. Maybe somebody that we know by the name of Bear County Social Apparel.
Oh, yeah.
Sir.
That's the man.
Shout out.
Shout out to my bias. Shout out to Bear County Apparel. I'll tell you what, I wore this shirt to the game on Monday, and it was a hit. I literally had strangers coming up to me. Where'd you get that shirt? I love that shirt. So definitely put Bear County out there.
Look at Tim Gonzalez. The real royalty in the building.
You know what? He says that a lot, and I like that. My man always says, he's San Antonio royalty, right? Spurs royalty.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to get you all some shirts made that says,
Hey,
I'm Spurs royalty.
Hey, you know what?
Spurs
We got to get
royalty.
Bear County on that.
You know what? I like that. You should get like a crown for Steph and another crown for you.
That's not
Matching shirts.
right.
Hey.
I'm here for it.
That'd be
We're here
fire,
for it.
bro.
That would be.
I always tell him, I'm like, hey, deceive mi rey.
Aye.
Exactly.
Hey, we're having some bedroom talk now.
Yeah.
That's what I had to
Secrets
tell him.
are coming out.
I had to tell him, hey, the mics are hot before the show started. Hey, but cheers, everybody. We're having some mimosas
Salud.
today,
Salud.
courtesy of Chicana Fuerte and Spurnandez. Thank you so much. And they taste good. I can see how we got Mikey Menace in trouble last time.
Oh yeah. He was in the back seat of the car and he was done for. He was done skis.
Mimi time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and then also like whenever you do sip on that prosecco, it's a whole different type of vibe.
Yeah,
like
it's a different vibe.
you're chilling, and like the way it's chemically made, like it's supposed to relax you and get you just.
I got to drink it with the pinky up because I'm fancy.
There you go.
Well, fancy Mexicano
we
today.
fancy, baby. We
Yes.
fancy. We
Look at
fancy.
that. Steph's bringing some of the culture over here to us today. She's refining us, Rick.
Oh yeah. Oh, so
Absolutely.
she's definitely refined me a whole bunch. Let me tell you. So yeah, that's her forte.
Yeah,
It is.
she got my boy looking fly already, man.
Exactly. I got the prime time shades
There you
on.
go.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I
I'll
got
put
the
mine on.
the Freds, Puro Marbach.
Puro pinche exit 7.
Exactly. That's how we roll. That's what Puro's all about. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised you're not wearing. You know what? Since you're wearing that shirt, you should have had her wear your shirt,
the
the
Bill
one with
Miller?
the cups.
Oh, the cups. Oh,
cups.
yeah.
Should've
Exactly.
worn it.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what?
I had that
Why
one
don't
on
we-
yesterday.
Why don't we make a one with her with the cups, or we could have it with the prosecco?
Oh, that's true.
I know
We
that's
could
what
do
we
with the
talked
prosecco
about.
bottles, like the
Yeah.
bottles, right? Yeah. No, you're right, bro. You're onto
Hey,
something.
Bear
I like
County.
that. Bear County. We're gonna get on that.
He's on the case.
He is on the case. He's always on the case. Him, Dak with Campeche. They do some
Yes.
amazing.
Oh
local,
yeah, man!
They're
Shout out to
amazing
fire.
Dak.
local. Yeah, amazing local apparel. Hey, we all like the Spurs gear at the arena and all that, but I tell you what, bang for your buck. You know, Bear County, Campeche. That's where it's at, right? I mean, even Joe Two Shots got merch. So, hey, support local.
Yeah, my stuff's gonna be coming out, but I want to bring it out all together, man. And you've seen some teases of what I've been working on.
Teasers, and they're fire. They're fire, man. They're different. They're original. And I'm telling you that you go to a game and a lot of people have the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Wemby jerseys, I got all
The
that.
alien.
That's cool. But when you have something different, it stands out, right? And that's where people are like, oh wow, I like that, right? Like I said, I met so many cool people just because of this shirt at Monday's game against the Clippers.
All the raza
Came up.
But the funnier thing was like, oh my God, your shirt. And then they were like, oh my God, it's Spurnandez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're like, oh, I like that shirt. Oh, you're Spurnandez.
I might know that guy. I might know him. I might have come
so
across
funny.
him.
Exactly. And then I had the Bill Miller shirt on Wednesday. So that one was a little more subtle. But people did start to notice it and they were like, all right, that's a Bill Miller shirt. So shout out to
they definitely liked the whole Culebra and 410 in the back. Yeah. They're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's what I did, right? So I put that number 43, which is the store number that I used to work at in high school. Culebra on 410. Okay. And the back, Bear County put Culebra on 410 on the back. So pretty cool little touch.
You know what we need to do? We need to have a shirt that pays homage to over here, the Marbach area, right?
Oh, yeah.
So why don't we have a shirt that's representing Michoacana? The meat market, Culebra meat market.
Right.
I mean, got to represent. You got to represent.
Yeah. No, I got that Marbach XX7 shirt. I've had that one for a while too, but that's a good one. But you're right, man. It's all about representing your value and your puro, and that's the thing. You got folks out on the east side, right? Riggs, BWW, right? You got gente on the south side, right? Sarsamora. It's all one gente, man. And so we all come from the same love, man. It's all about the puro.
Yeah, it is.
Puro network.
We're gonna start getting into some sports talk, but before we do, man. It is tamale season.
Ooh.
So I got to ask, because I heard my boy saying a shout out to some a little tamale place that's right around the corner from me. You know where it's at?
Yeah.
And that's where I like getting my tamales. And I saw Chicana Fuerte and she's like, no, hombre. You know, she's being a little tamale snob over here.
I am not. Okay.
Because she likes a homemade, man.
Exactly.
She likes a homemade,
like,
bro.
I was raised by my grandmother. So it's not about like a whole like tamale snob. No, like, mira, I'm going to be in my kitchen myself making my family tamales. Like, that's where it comes from.
She could get down with the tamales.
I can get down with everything.
All right.
Yeah. Like, I was raised, everybody that was raised by their grandparents, those old school ways. You're going to cook, you're going to do everything yourself. And that's exactly what I still push on forward with my girls.
So you're going to buy tamales from somewhere, right?
Yeah,
you're not gonna make them because you're busy because you're raising the kids and everything.
Oh no,
she'll still make them.
I'm still make.
But I'm saying if you weren't, let's just put you in this scenario.
Yeah,
where would you go? What's the place your go-to spot here in San Antonio where you're gonna get tamales already made?
Okay, so actually, I have not purchased pre-made tamales here since I've lived here. No, but there was one.
Let me mute her mic.
Yeah, hey, I fuck with delicious, man. I like delicious tamales.
That's what I'm saying.
I fuck with delicious.
I have like there was a moment where I was like, oh man, like when I had just had my son, and I couldn't make the masa myself, and so I went off of Fresno and I-10. I think it's called like Ardelitas or something like that. I don't know. But I bought masa from there. And that's all I did because I needed it prepared. And all I wanted to do is just slap it on the husk, throw my meat in there, and start cooking.
I was waiting for you, bro. I was just waiting.
I was looking at you.
I was looking at it.
All right, you already know. I'm trying to make a kid friendly.
I saw Steph right now. She was like
kid friendly.
She's kind of gave you the eyebrow. I was like,
I'll slap it on the husk.
She caught herself, bro.
I'll slap it on the husk. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She set herself up for that one. I was waiting, bro.
You know what? My mind was turning, but I said, you know what? I'm trying to keep it PG.
No, but
I'll slap it on the husk.
He was over here already smiling. He's like, I'm being good. I'm a saint today. No, dude.
I walk into so many innuendos with him, and I'm like, oh Lord.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's an innuendo for everything.
I've seen
innuendo for everything.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you start laughing because he's like, I opened myself up to that. I put it out there.
There's so many that sometimes I just don't even go at it because I said it'll come up again later. I'm not even gonna go at it this time.
But as soon as she said that, I looked at you, bro. I was like, I already know.
Oh my gosh, we should have bought tamales.
Oh yeah,
some delicious tamales.
Some delicious, exactly.
Because now I'm hungry.
Exactly.
I could have hit my boys up around the corner.
Yeah. I know my boy John Dyer, man. He knows some good spots too. Tamales. He's always talking tamale season. So
for real, man. But you know what? I fuck with that delicious tamales too, man.
I fuck with delicious. I really do, man. I've always liked delicious. I've actually had delicious mailed to me in Cali.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
by the tin.
Yeah,
bro.
Because Cali has tamales, but they're different. They're good.
It's a different flavor,
it is,
different
and
vibe.
they're bigger. And they do a lot of the the verde and the it's more saucy,
okay.
right? It's like
Yeah,
more saucy. So they're good, but they're just not, San Antonio tamales, right? So
Yeah.
I've had delicious, and it's a pretty penny, but delivered to San Diego for Christmas, and it just gives you a little flavor of home when you're away.
Yeah.
So but, yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start getting into the sports talk here.
Hold on one second. Tim, I'm definitely gonna make some for Zach.
Oh, let's see if she makes up for Zach Collins.
Bet.
Zach Collins wouldn't know a good tamale if it slapped him in the face.
Oh,
You know
I'll slap it all in his face. Just saying.
She makes him blush at the game.
She
I know she
does.
does. I know she does.
I do make him blush.
What do you
She
tell
really
him? He
does.
needs a Latina in his life.
Yes. She
Yeah.
said that when he was sick, she was like, "I'll rub the egg on you, and
Sana,
I'll rub
sana, colita de
exactly,
rana.
yeah, I'll rub Vicks all over you." And my man was blushing. So
No, I was like, hey, like it all starts with the caldo. Like
I'll cook for you. I'll cook for you, Zach.
exactly. So that's a good segue into the Spurs.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about Spurs. So we got to talk about, man, it's
Mhm.
Coach Pop, bro. Has Coach Pop lost it, bro? Like, you know what? And this is the thing, and I'm gonna real talk, real question that I'm gonna pose to you guys. What other coach have you heard in the NBA that has stopped the game to go ahead and address the fans and say, you know what? Stop booing this guy on the opposing team. Isn't it your God-given right as a player, and not a player,
Okay.
but as a fan, going to watch these players on the court? It's your God-given right to go ahead and boo the villain, and that's what Kawhi Leonard is. He's San Antonio's villain. I've gotten over the Kawhi hate. I'm over it. But you know what? I commend the fans for always booing them, staying on track, and it makes the game fun.
it does make the game
You know?
fun.
Yeah, man. So we were at the game. We were there. It was surreal. Like it was surreal.
You're just there.
You're just there, and you hear a voice,
And
and I'm like, is God speaking to us? Like, what is happening?
You
here?
couldn't
Because
believe it,
ju-
right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
couldn't believe what you were
just
seeing.
couldn't believe it because it just happens. It was like a moment, and our boy Rich, shout out to my man. He said like,
Richard Cooper.
yeah, Rich Cooper was like, this is like one of those moments, like
Twilight
where were
Zone.
You? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like a where were you kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
where were you during such a big event? And we just hear a voice and we're like, okay, that's Pop's voice.
Is
right?
this
And we're
God?
like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, is this the end? Is this the second coming? Is this the rapture? Like, what is going on here? And I love Pop, man. Everybody knows that. I'm a homer, whatever you want to call it. I'm a positive, always positive guy, all that kind of stuff. I've been told all this stuff. I've never said a negative word or whatever, but I will say this. I couldn't defend that one. I really can't, man. At the end of the day, and I'm really over the Kawhi thing too. To be honest with you, I'm really over it. I don't care. Like, I mean, there's other players that get booed that come here, right? Now, of course, Kawhi, there's a certain level. The very first game,
He's the villain.
Yeah. The first game that the Clippers played on Monday, they booed him. We booed him all game long, right? The second game, the same thing happened, and
Especially
that's when
when he's
said
in the
something.
starting lineup.
Right,
Starting
exactly.
lineup. Here's
Right,
Kawhi
right,
Leonard.
right.
Boo.
Yeah. And it's not that deep. I've seen all these think pieces on Twitter where people are like, hey, you guys seem like a scorned ex, you seem weak and all that, whatever. Hey, maybe that is what we are. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, at the root of it, like you said, you pay harder money to go to the games. If I want to boost somebody, if I want to cheer somebody, if I want to, as long as it's not, you're not throwing stuff on the court, you're not, being, obscene. At the end of the day, I don't see how anyone can defend and say, like, as you're given right to pay a ticket to go. If you want to boo somebody, you can boo them, right?
What's the vibe at your section too? Like if you're over here in the lower bowl or wherever you're at, and the whole your whole section is booing.
Sure.
You're gonna get in there too.
Yeah.
Especially if you drink it.
Oh, of course.
Come on.
But honestly, like if we really look at it, Pop is kind of like a hypocrite because he's always talking about like, oh, we're classy this, we're classy that. But whenever he does get interviewed, how classy is he really? He's
Curt with the media.
Curt.
Yeah. And I've always said, cool, right? Like it is what it is, right? That's how Pop is. Hey, you're the media, you have to deal with it. Just like you have to deal with being booed. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. And like Steph said, she's right. I've never had a problem with the way Pop is with the media, but I have seen people say like, hey, he's pretty rude. That's just it's like a Belichick thing. Belichick's kind of the similar. I don't know, man. That one rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. To get out on the mic, like you said, I've never seen a player, a coach, an owner, a GM, no one grab the house mic from the only guy that ever speaks
The
on that.
PR
is
announcer.
The PR guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, I've never seen anyone just go up
he
and
probably
grab
got
it.
him in trouble for doing that.
Yeah. So like at the end of the day, it's like, who does that, right? And I don't know, man.
But what's
it's
crazy is that like we have been asked that question so many times after it happened. So like we go to Rock and Brews and that's all we're talking about. And then even like afterwards we go to Gimme Gimme and
talk of the night.
Yeah. Oh, that was the talk of the night. Yeah. My man Caesar. Happy birthday to my man Caesar.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. We saw him at the game and he said the same thing. He was like, I couldn't believe this. It was just one of those like moments. Like if you're there, especially, it like you'll never forget it.
It kind of makes me think too, like, okay, maybe it's not the players, like maybe it's actually Pop now.
I don't know what it is, but definitely something's happening.
Right.
And you know what? I got to play the grito for us.
Yeah.
For all of San Antonio Spurs fans.
Exactly. It's Friday.
Because you know what? We're all in mourning right
time.
now. We're drinking mimosas and the team is on a 10-game losing streak. So you know what?
Maybe some shots.
We got to play the grito for us, man,
bro,
because we're all in mourning right now. And you know, the thing that makes this even worse is that Coach Pop, he's allowed to go ahead and get on the mic. It's his stage. I'm not telling him what to say, what to do. We don't tell him what to do.
Right.
He gets up there and when he talks with the media, he pushes his political views.
Right.
And he talks about, things that are going on as far as, what's happening in the world. And he takes a stand, and I commend him for that.
Yeah, it's great.
Not going to knock him for that. But the thing is, if he can do that, why can't we boo?
Right. Yeah. And that's you bring up a great point, Joe. Pop has a lot to say when it comes to political views, and that's amazing. That's awesome. And in any kind of injustices, Pop, is never quiet.
He stands up.
Yeah, he's never been the shut up and dribble kind of guy, right? And that was what happened, right? Athletes do it all the time, right? LeBron. I remember when the Trayvon Martin thing, right? They all they wore the hoods and all that. And again, at the end of the day, you have a platform to speak against injustices and against things in the world, and that's great, and that's amazing. Some people, now if you're on the other side of that fence, you're not going to like that, right? If it's opposed to your views, you're not going to like that Pop says that, and I respect that, because we all have our own opinion, right? I'm a United States Marine. I'm a Marine officer, been a Marine for 20 years, been to Iraq, been to Afghanistan, done all that, and I'm saying that to say I fight for people's First Amendment right, which we all have. And again, I'm not trying to get that deep, but it is that at the end of the day, Pop can get up and say his political views, and whether you like it or agree with it or don't agree with it, I respect it. If people want to get up and boo, so be it. Honestly, I think Kawhi doesn't even mind, or it didn't even seem to phase him. And then the whole don't poke the bear thing. I saw a couple of people on Twitter say that's kind of a lazy kind of thing to say, because at the end of the day, Kawhi is going to be Kawhi. Whether he's booed or cheered, he's going to get out there and ball. He's going to do what he's going to do. I don't think a couple of boos from some fans.
It's expected in San Antonio.
Yeah, I don't think a couple of boos from some fans in San Antonio, galvanized Kawhi to score 30 instead of 10. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, Kawhi was gonna do his thing. So it's just it's a freedom. You go out there, you pay, as long as you're not doing something that's gonna get you put in handcuffs out of the court. You can yell, you could cheer, you can wave a flag, you can make noise. When they go to the free throw line, you're banging stuff. Where's it going to end?
Thunder sticks.
Yeah. So I think it's like this is a slippery slope. It's an open up Pandora's box. Now, where is it going to end? Is it going to be, we can't do that anymore? We can't bother people while they're shooting. Yeah. We can't, that's where it kind of goes.
The thing is too, you have a right to boo. You have a right to do these things as long as you keep it classy. Like he says, keep it classy.
Booing isn't classy. Yeah, right. Yeah,
they're not making it like
we could have done the infamous.
Yeah,
fuck you, Kawhi.
Right. Yeah,
but nobody was doing that.
Exactly.
Nobody's wearing shirts that say that. Nobody has signs that are saying that. They're not doing
right. When Victor Wembanyama played in New York City, and while he was at the free throw line, overrated, right? So they called him overrated.
But the coach didn't come out and say, hey.
Exactly. Listen, at the end of the day, to me, I think it's good for that kid to play in a hostile environment, because he's gonna have to. Hey, that's New York City for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? You go to New York, that's how it rolls. So to me, it's like there's a flavor everywhere you go, right? I've been blessed to get to travel and go to different places. Hey, New York City, that's how they do things. Philly, they boo Santa Claus.
Oh man,
right? The Philly,
Boston too.
Eagles boo Santa
all
Claus,
about the
right?
East Coast. It is
That's
like
what I'm
every
saying.
other word is the F
right,
word.
exactly.
Yeah.
Philly boo Santa Claus. New Yorkers are New Yorkers. You go to LA, it's a whole vibe. You come to San Antonio, it's a puro vibe. And if you're Kawhi, you're gonna get booed. Like
he already knows how the
just-
raza is.
exactly.
Dude. Come
So
on.
I don't know. I again, at the end of the day, Pop could have just, hey, at the press conference, maybe kind of said something. It was just so profound for him.
It was
to,
out of left field, out of nowhere.
interrupt the game and get on the mic and say that. Man, I love Pop, man. I've never said a disparaging word about Pop. And again, I'm not on the hey, let's fire Pop train, but I'm just saying that was out of pocket.
It was a bad look.
It was out of pocket.
Yeah, it was a bad look. Yeah. And you know, the thing is, I'm going to bring this up to you guys. It shows me right now where his train of thinking's at. You care more about what's going on with Kawhi, which isn't even on your team, telling the fans to stop booing, than you care about the product that's on the court. Because at that point in time, to me, that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
You know, the team is not good.
Right.
They're on a 10-game losing streak at 9-game at the time when they were playing.
The least of your worries are the fans booing Kawhi, right?
Worry about what's going on with your team right now.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, the least of your worries in a 10-game losing streak should be why are the fans booing Kawhi?
Yeah. So, you know, I know the new episode of the Locked On Spurs podcast is going to be coming out. I was talking with Joe Garcia, and I was saying the same thing on there. You know, it's like, hey, at the same time, you know, he's worried about Kawhi, he's worried about the fans, worry about the team. Worry about getting a win. How about you worry about that instead of calling people out? You know, and that's the thing that we're going to talk about right now. Team is on a 10-game losing streak. They've only won 3 games for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to hit that panic button yet? And what's your opinion on this, Spurnandez?
Man, you know, I've never been, you know, I call it Chicken Little fans, right? Where the sky is falling, the sky is falling. It's alarming, though. It really is. I mean, 10-game losing streak. It is alarming. So again, I'm a positive homer. I own it, but I'm also going to be real. A 10-game losing streak in any sports, you know, avenue is alarming for you. You know, it's like I'm not I'm not going to hit a panic button because I also think a lot of us kind of knew, like, hey, again, we expect to lose games this year. We didn't expect to be in the playoffs or all that. So, you know, if they went on another run and won like 4 or 5 games and we're kind of back where we need to be, it's alarming, though. I will say that. I will say it's alarming. And, you know,
well, the one thing that I do notice is, like, before we had, like, when the last time we won our championship, you know, they would be passing the balls like crazy. They knew where their teammates were going to be at. I was even telling Rick, I was like, maybe they need to do more of like team bonding, because whatever the hell they're doing right now is not working. And I will say, like, I'm always in Southtown. You know, it's everybody knows, you know, Spurs players live in Southtown as well. I was about to, you know, get down and do a little bit of footwork, and I'm talking to Rick, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what the hell is Jeremy doing just now heading to the arena?
Yeah.
Like, and it was like an hour before, because he was like, what are you going to do today? And I was like, oh, I think I might go to the game, but like, I do have like a little bit of work. So like, I think I just want to work instead of go to the game. And then here comes, you know, the garage door opening, and I'm like, hold up, like, green Porsche.
Jeremy Sohan. Yeah.
Like, what's he still doing here? Like, the game's in an hour.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like they need to have a little bit more of a lockdown on the rules. And I get it, you're young. This is our family. We're gonna win. This is how we win. Yeah. We have the blueprint on how to win, guys. Obviously, look at our, you know, our championships. Let's get back to it.
Exactly. You know, I mean, the thing is that the team's in disarray right now. 10-game losing streak. It doesn't look like it's going to get that much better. And, you know,
point guard experiment, right?
It's the point guard, you know, I mean, I'm not blaming Jeremy. I can't go ahead and tell him it's his fault.
He's doing he's doing what, you know,
what's called upon him.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, you're in the military.
Yeah.
You know, if your sergeant, your drill instructor came up to you and challenged you,
tells
you're going to rise to the challenge.
Exactly.
Same thing that's going on here.
Right.
You know?
And then another thing, like, whenever Wemby tries to shoot a 3, if he's on the line, he's not gonna make it. Like that's the one thing that I have noticed. I've told Rick, I was like, he's so long that he needs to take like a good 3 steps back where the line is at and shoot it from there.
Or you take a real high arcing shot,
because
he's so long.
Whenever he's right at that line, it's too much.
Literally from the 3-point line for Wemby, it's like 2 steps, and he's already at the rim.
Right? Yeah.
He's that long, So the thing is with the San Antonio Spurs is that this season Spurs fans had a certain expectation. They're like, you know what, this team's going to be really good this season, better than last season. And my thing is, they had me believing in the beginning, especially when they had that game against the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Wemby looked like a world beater. Came out. I was like, hey,
I was at that game. I was at the game in Phoenix.
I was like, hey, Pato.
Yeah. I mean, and Phoenix is a good team. You know what I mean?
They had Book and
they had
Kevin
Booker
Durant.
and they had Kevin Durant. They didn't have Bradley Beal, but still a team with Kevin Durant and Book, that's a good team. And so I saw that was the last win, right? And I was at that game in Phoenix, and there was a handful of Spurs fans there. You know what? I and again, I'm not trying to make it excuse or making it, like make it simple, but they're just such a young team that it's just an inconsistency. And I think I said it, we were talking about it before on a space or something where, when you're 19 and 20 years old, man, like that's just, you're unsure of yourself in life. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know you're just becoming an adult. You legally can't even drink alcohol.
You're not even thinking about buying a home, bro.
Exactly. So these things manifest themselves onto the court. Like real life, art imitates life imitates art. I believe that. And you could see it when they have leads and then they just lose focus. It's like telling your kid, like, why ain't your room clean? Like, you're supposed to clean it, but it's not clean. And I'm not trying to belittle them, but I'm just saying, like, they get leads and then they like, oh, I'm up by 18. We're good. Yeah, exactly. And that's just a young mentality. It's a young person's mentality. I'm talking about like in life. Like you just think like, oh, we're good. Like I got this. Like I'm always gonna have my mom here. Things are always gonna work out for me because I'm young. That's the optimistic view you have. So I just feel like veteran teams are like grizzled and they chisel away, right? And that's why the Spurs will start. They've been in a lot of these games. I mean, a couple of blowouts, but for the most part, they've been tooth and nail in these games. But down the stretch, they just couldn't close the game, and it's inconsistency and youth.
Disappointing, dude, because they start the first quarter off great. They have high energy, they're being competitive, and sometimes they even have a double-digit lead in the beginning of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Now that same quarter, near the end of the first quarter, they have a 13 or 14-point lead. It's all but gone.
Yeah.
The opposing team has tied the game, and after that, once they get the lead, there's no looking back.
Yeah.
This young Spurs squad to me has proved one thing to me: they don't know how to win yet. And that's not a knock on them as a whole.
Right.
They just haven't learned that.
You have to learn that, right? You have to learn how to win together, right?
And then also, like, we got to remember, Pop is a whole new different coach ever since life has happened.
You know what? I want to see some nasty. I want to see him get kicked out.
Yeah, go back to the nasty, right?
Yeah.
But he has definitely gotten softer after the passing of his wife.
Yeah.
And then also, like, these guys, they have nothing to lose. Like you said it right there, like, oh, like they're a young team. I got mom, I got dad, like I'm so young, the NBA is still gonna want me.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they lose, they lose. And what we do need more veterans, because the veterans have gone through things, and they're gonna be like, hey, like, you're not gonna make me lose. This is how I provide for my family.
Yeah.
Stop losing games because it's not good for me and my family.
Well, there's such a thing as team pride, right?
Right.
So even if you're not a good team, right, and you go out there, there's such a thing as playing for team pride and just playing for the sake of the people that come out to that are your fans, and for the San Antonio Spurs players, they say we know about that. We all know about what it means for the city and all that. I don't know, man, because at some point in time, you got to get tired of the losing. And look, I'm fine with them losing. The only thing that we're asking is that they have some consistency and they show that they're able to compete. I don't expect them to be teams that have more veteran players on there, that have more superstars than they do. Right. But if they can go ahead and be competitive and not lose by 20 points every night, they make it closer like they did against the Clippers and they only lost by like 10 or less or something like that. Hey, that's cool, man. I'll be fine with that.
See, like, I've also thought about that too. And like, it's more on like the Wemby thing, because this kid
He's legit.
I mean, he is, but then like also like imagine you being in his shoes and having all this generational talent, number one pick, all this stuff just piled on you, and then you're clear across, like you're away from home, like the emotions that he's having. You know, his father is extremely present, but like you know for a fact, like dad is in full territorial mode. Like the whole family has had a whole switch, and I'm honestly, I'm as a fan, which I mean, I'm one person, but I'm giving him time to adjust to over here because it's so
different.
It is. It's so different. Even like the culture, the language,
the rules, you know,
like everything is different. He's learning all this brand new, and
he's only 19.
He's only 19.
He's a kid.
The physicality that he goes up against night in and night out.
He's going against men.
Yeah, exactly.
And he did the same thing in the EuroLeague, but there's different rules.
It's different.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah. And it's just like anything else. Like it's like you could be the best 8th grade player, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to high school, it's a different ball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just how life is, right? Like there's levels to it. I think the good thing about it is Wemby seems very mature, very calm,
very poised.
Very poised. Yeah, poised. That's a good word. That's a good word to use. Very poised. So I don't think he's gonna, I know there's all these people that are already talking. Oh, he's gonna want to, trade as soon as he can and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I really don't. I don't even think he's thinking about that right now. I really don't. I don't know him personally, but he seems to understand that it's. And I hate to I hate saying trust the process. I'm not, but it is a process. Like it really is. And I think he's mature enough to understand, if year 3 is like this, then we can, hey, bro, no, right? I mean, if year 2 and 3 are like as dismal as this, then I think there's something to be concerned about. I'm interested to see what Brian Wright and the Brain Trust do at the trade deadline, if they do anything or if they do anything in the offseason. Like, I don't know, and again, man, it's so easy to be on Twitter or be on your couch and say, oh, well, the GM should do this, and the GM should do
bunch
that.
of armchair GMs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's such a difficult, there's so many intricacies. So, but I mean, I would like to see Brian Wright, and the staff, do something at the trade deadline or at the off season, right after the season, to show like, hey, we tried this experiment, and now it didn't work. I mean, it's okay to say that something didn't work. Like, I mean, I know people fall in love with, oh, my takes, even on Twitter, like, oh, my takes or oh, my views are I have to stand by them. At the end of the day, it's okay to say, you know what, man, we were wrong, that didn't work, we tried it, let's go to a different way.
Growing pains.
Speaking of bad takes,
oh Lord,
oh man,
you already know where this is going,
God.
man. We're gonna go ahead and roast Jimenez.
Man, I was actually
the king of bad takes.
I was talking about that too while I was ironing Rick's shirts. I was like, man,
the king of bad takes
is at it again.
Yeah.
Mike Jimenez
calling out the narrative. That's so bad.
Look what he put.
It's a future all-star is straight up bullshit. He is the worst starting point guard in the NBA.
Well, because he's not a point guard. First of all, like we can dissect. And listen, I love Mike Jimenez, man.
Nothing but love for you, brother.
He's a good guy, right? Personally, and
we like
what's hard
him
about
on a personal level.
Yeah, what's hard is like people that don't know him and just know him from Twitter. I can understand why they, think he's a douchebag. Like I really do.
This is him thinking out loud.
But yeah,
he doesn't have a filter, bro.
No, yeah,
Intrusive
exactly. And he his thoughts come out and he puts them on Twitter like if it's a travesty for them not to be shared with the world.
Then you have you and Steph over here cringing on the other side.
Exactly.
We're reading the tweets.
Exactly. So Jimenez, that's the thing about Jimenez. It's like every word every thought that comes to his mind, he feels like it has to be shared with the world, because if not, it would be a disservice, right?
He says in a moment in his life.
He was on one today. He was on one.
Yeah, he said he was gonna go to the Rock. I told him that, or I quote tweeted him when he said, where are we watching the game tonight? And I said, the Rock La Cantera, right? And he texted me, offline and said, hey, are you going to be at the Rock? I'm gonna show up with some Fireball. So that's
can we take our own drinks?
I mean, I'm sure.
Or are we gonna be brutal?
Yeah.
If you can sneak,
bring your big purse.
You can sneak it in.
Bring your big purse.
I mean,
I'm just saying, if you can sneak it in,
the sneaking in.
Yeah,
but
no. So back to Jimenez, right? So again, just that what he said. Jeremy's not a point guard, right? So that's
He's
kind of
not.
that's kind of. I mean, it's kind of a shitty thing to say, hey, well, he's the worst starting point guard in the NBA. I mean, he's not a point guard by trade. That's like, trying to, send me to do, I don't know, concrete work, right? Our boy Chris Leja, right? He's the best in the business. I don't know anything about concrete.
Diamond hard concrete.
Exactly. So if you put me to do concrete like Chris Leja, you would be like, he's the worst concrete layer ever.
Hey, bro.
Because that's not what I do.
We don't know how to lay no concrete, man. But
I know how to lay pipe.
Yeah.
But I know how to lay pipe. I will say that.
But we're Mexicano, bro.
Exactly. So, but yeah, no, real. I mean, but anyway, the man is man,
nothing but love for my boy, man. But he's just outrageous sometimes.
He is,
man.
and Chris Leja roasts him. My man Sith.
We do it. We do it out of love.
Exactly.
We do it out of love because you know what? Only we can talk shit about him. But if somebody else comes at my boy, that's a different story.
Of course,
right?
You didn't put in
like,
on this.
We're like the brothers and sisters for him. Like, hey, like I can talk shit about my brother, but who the hell are you talking shit about him?
Exactly.
Like, no.
Yeah, it's like you're an asshole, but you're our asshole. So
we'll go ahead and I guess we'll go ahead and claim you. You know.
I mean,
sometimes it's hard to though. Sometimes you want to disown his ass. You know what I mean? And I've been this close to disowning him a couple of times. But
he has thick skin, bro, and he's a good people though.
No,
he
really is, and that's what it boils down to. And here's the thing: this goes into a whole nother conversation about like life on Twitter, life on social media versus life in real life, right?
Yeah.
We're still trying to take care of him.
Yeah,
and he needs to release all these.
Yeah, I mean, he is a good guy. Like personally, he's a really good guy. If you met him in person, you would like him. But yeah, on Twitter, it's just one of those things. And I mean, I've dealt with that.
That's the way he talks. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way he talks.
Exactly. I've dealt with something similar where people are like, "Man, like I met you in person and you're actually cool. Like I thought you were an asshole."
But I'll tell you one thing right now, man. But speaking from experience, if y'all slip up and you say something stupid and you're around Chris Leja, he's just waiting for you, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
well, he's the enforcer. Chris Leja's the enforcer.
But you know what? His time's coming too, because I know one time he's gonna say something, and I'm gonna be like,
"We're all gonna go in on him."
I'm gonna say hashtag.
Actually, since we're talking about the enforcer, his birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday!
Yes.
Hey, he won $300 on our pot,
but that's not what he said. F the Cowboys.
I know.
I would have given him the
Cowboys
money.
Game. He won our pot for our daughter Raina for her volleyball fundraiser. He won $300.
$300.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's got money on him now,
exactly.
So I know I can make another bet with him, so I can win another case of Modelo.
There you go.
I know he's good for it.
Hey, he's a Tech guy, so you could bet Longhorns and Tech.
Oh yeah, he's Texas Tech all the way through and through.
Yeah, which is another
same thing with Steph.
Exactly. So this is a house divided. This is a house divided today because I'm a Longhorn.
So our bet is whoever loses.
I was gonna say, can you say it?
I don't know. I don't know. Can we say this on air?
I mean, we definitely can because that's who we are. I mean, whenever it comes to us being all crazy on Twitter, that is real, and everybody's like, "Holy shit!" Like, yeah, Steph is always all over him. Yeah, I mean, because that's just like our love language, and we understand it. But no, so our bet since we've met has been whoever loses has to wear the opposing team's jersey, and the profile picture.
Got to change it.
He got to change it.
Yeah.
And so it's a tie because he's done it once, and I've done it once.
Yeah.
We can't show those pictures.
The burnt orange pictures are for Daddy's eyes
like,
only.
Hey.
So yeah, exactly. But that's all good.
But
not for social media.
Hey, if somebody asked if they could run our OnlyFans page.
I was dead because they thought me and Rick took a picture, right? And he was just like chunking up the deuce, but like,
oh, it looked like I was copping a feel. I was like doing this or something. And they were like, "Damn, bro, you look like you're copping a field." And I was like, "Man, been there, done that."
You and then another one was like, "Let me be the manager of your OnlyFans." I was like, "What the hell is that?"
And if I am, what? And if I am,
exactly. We all grown.
Don't hate,
here,
appreciate, man.
Exactly. We're all grown. We all grown.
This is what he wants.
Yeah, but no, man. Good. Shout out to Joe. I appreciate you for having us.
Of course, man.
I
feel that Prosecco starting to starting to hit me a little bit.
It's nice, bro. Prosecco's a different hit, man.
Starting to make me a little calm.
Yeah,
now,
it does, man. The Prosecco gives you a little calm. You feel just chill.
Starting to feel chill. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Thank you.
I'm not ready for a nap.
No, but you know what
You're ready
is a
for
vibe
refill,
though? Is Prosecco with Red Bull.
Hey, I haven't had that before.
And it's so funny because it's contradicting because Prosecco is supposed to like
Yeah,
mellow you
it's
out,
an upper and a downer.
get you.
Yeah.
But then also like you got the Red Bull that's like with your heartbeat.
Brings you back up.
Yeah. So you're just like, oh,
yeah.
What am I doing?
I think next time y'all come over here, man, I'm gonna be the gracious host. I really appreciate y'all buying the bottles.
Of course.
But next time I'll gotta buy it.
Oh man, no issue, man.
I gotta buy it.
We need to buy stock in
Prosecco.
Prosecco, La Marca, because we have
yes.
this is just like we have so many of these, and but it's a vibe. I'll tell you what, I've always drank beer and I'm a Jack and Coke kind of guy and all that, but with her, I started drinking more, mimosas and more champagne.
She got you more refined.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe.
I mean, the whole refinedness of it. I mean, I will give a shout out to a deal that was like, hey, we ain't got shit to do today, but I'm going to educate you on whiskey and wine and how to pair it. And I was like, oh, I'm here for it. And so, I mean, give gracious thanks to our elders so that way we can continue the legacy. And
that's good that they taught you that, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
And like, even now that like it's like hunting season and stuff like that, I have a son and I'm like, oh my God, like I was hungry. I cannot wait to like get him his first shotgun and like, let's go hunting because I mean, they say like a jack of all trades. I am the mom of all trades. Like I'm a girl mom.
Do everything.
And I mean, I'm a boy mom too.
Yeah.
And especially for him because he's my only son. Like to feel like the absolute
little necio.
Oh, man.
Little necio.
I love that little necio. He reminds me of me when I was little.
You'll see him at the SAFC games. You'll see him at the Spurs games.
Well, you know what's funny is that the last time that me and Pop went to a Spurs game, Rick had like switched out the tickets for something. I don't know. He does his magic. And our season ticket member rep, I mean, he's awesome. Phenomenal.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yes. And so whenever me and Pop went, we had like a whole ass row to ourselves. And I didn't know that. But it was really funny because whenever like we were up there, I will say that these ushers that they have this season, they are on it. Like if those aren't your seats, they're gonna move you.
Yeah.
Like that is one thing that I have seen. They're checking tickets, they're checking everything because there are people like I had no clue that we had the whole row to ourselves, and other people were trying to sit because obviously like throughout the game, like you see an empty seat, you're gonna go and try and fill it to get lower.
Yeah.
And no, they would remove them.
Well, they ain't doing that in the 200 sections. I could tell you that.
In the 200s. Hey, in the two. They're trying to find you to fill up the 200.
So let's be a little humble because last season.
Hey, we've been everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been able to touch the wall in the 200.
Yeah.
The very last
row.
I mean,
way up there.
I've been there, and actually, it's a lot of fun up there. It's a lot of fun.
I love hearing the stories that he tells me about him and his sons.
Yeah, from me and my, I have older boys who are in their 20s now, and then they were kids, man. We were lucky enough just to be in the arena, and I literally have been, and not only in San Antonio, but in Boston and a couple other places where we literally can touch the wall, the last row, right? I've been up there. And my sons remember that. And then, fast forward, years later,
at the bottom. Now we've
been blessed where I've been on the floor and at the Staples Center / Crypto, right? And it's like, wow, like I never thought I would be there. So that's what that's why the Spurs mean so much to me, right? It's
the progression of Pops moving on up.
Exactly.
Man.
So it's one of those things. But man.
I mean, we're gonna be humble about it because obviously it's hard to imagine. Me and Rick have only been together going on 2 years, and everybody's just like, "That's insane because you guys mesh so well together."
Like 2
yeah,
years,
people
man.
think we've been together forever. People are still confused, like, "Oh,
like,
are they think we're married? That we live?" They're like, "Do y'all live together here?" And all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, "Bro, I live in San Diego, but I'm always here, right? I'm always bouncing back and forth."
That's coming eventually.
We're about to pop this bottle.
There you go.
There we go.
Jeez.
Popping bottles here.
Popping bottles, baby. You need a refill, Joe.
Oh yeah.
But no, so like we're gonna be a little bit humble. So whenever me and Rick like we're talking about the future and everything, And obviously, like, he wanted to be like a season ticket member holder because he's at the end of his retirement. And so last year we did get season tickets in the 200s.
Yeah.
And you know what was even better is that our season tickets were right by Dak Mitchell and right by Mike Baez. And so like we were like,
we had
like,
the whole crew.
Formed a familia.
Yes,
Yeah.
like, I'd stand up and I'd be like, yo, like we see you, like we'd all take pictures together and everything. And no, it's so funny that you're like, oh, they're not doing it in the 200 section. Yeah, like me and Paul were in the 200 section.
That's where the raza hangs out.
That's where the bro. That's a good time,
vibe, bro. That's a vibe.
I'm telling you, you know what? I've actually been at games down on the floor, and it's kind of boring. No, real talk. Sometimes, depending on who you're around, I've been at games where I'm like, it's like a damn golf. They want to just do a golf clap, you know what I mean?
Buttoned up shirt on.
Yeah. They're not even wearing Spurs gear, right? They're just they're like, oh, my company gave me these seats, so that's why I'm here.
Don't talk to me.
No. It's funny because it's a different vibe, right? And I like to sit close to the court because it's awesome to be down there. But I'll tell you where the real party is in the 200s. The real party is in the 200s, up in the seats with the raza, the hardworking people who pay their money to be up there, who boo Kawhi, you know what I mean? Who, and so that's where it's at. But man, we gradually have gone down to the season tickets now that we have in the 100 sections. And my goal is eventually to be courtside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My goal is eventually to be,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Exactly,
you know what I was thinking, dude? One time, what we need to do, and I was looking at prices.
Yeah.
I was looking at prices for suites.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
we
you know
what?
Totally
this is doable.
We could go together on a suite and get the whole puro raza together, right?
I was thinking about that. The
They
Puro
cater-
Network. We
yeah,
could
they-
get
they-
the familia.
Yeah, they do like catering and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's definitely something that's
I'm
doable.
like, you know what? If everybody put in the 100, whatever, when
Yeah.
you're taking your significant other, girlfriend, wife, whatever, and you go as a couple, it's everybody's going together, everybody's being a plus one.
Yeah,
it's doable.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. And that would be cool. It would be cool because you have the whole suite to yourself. You have,
Can you imagine
we got to do that.
the raza together all in one suite?
Yeah. That's something
that
that's
would
definitely
be the
doable.
most lit freaking suite
That would be. That would
ever,
be.
dude.
I
Yeah.
totally wish
Ever.
we could bring in a speaker because I'd be all over the music.
We
She'd be blasting
Yeah.
Tejano and Selena's.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was
She's like a jukebox, man.
I was
Like,
prepping our turkey and what we were listening to. I was like, what the hell? What do I feel like I'm in a Tejano mood?
I'll mess with anything but Bad Bunny, man. Don't be putting on no Bad Bunny, man.
Wow.
She likes Bad Bunny.
I know. Honestly, no. Like, here's the
What
thing.
about Peso Pluma?
Nah, but
You don't like that new age stuff.
No. I like
I'm trying.
with the old school.
I'm trying with Peso Paluma. Like, that's really pushing it. And like, I just look at my daughters and I'm like,
Yeah.
¿Qué es esto?
For real. and then like I have like a true mom moment and a true like abuela moment, and I'm like, son of a bitch, like, damn it, I'm getting old because like now I'm just
For
like,
real.
oh, like,
Yeah.
I'm more of the traditional, I grew up on
yeah.
nothing but cumbias and Tejano and all
yeah.
that, every weekend
Oh my
with your
gosh.
uncles.
Okay.
I'm traditional, but I'm open-minded, so I
Yeah.
try to listen to but
I had the best, or we had the best. I'll say a little bit more on my end.
Yeah.
The best recognition on giving a parent a compliment whenever it comes to their children, because we hung out with Mr. Johnny Rotten himself and his family.
Yeah, he's another amazing guy.
And we went to the brewery in Southtown.
The German brewery.
I can't even say it. I think it's like
a German brewery.
Kunstlinger or
It's
something
pretty
like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
But it happened to be
music bingo night.
music
80s
bingo
and
night.
90s. 80s and 90s
Hey, I
music.
can mess
So,
with
Hey,
that.
hey,
they would
hey.
play the song and
And
that
then-
would be the bingo. You
and
have to
then-
put the-
And then tell me why, like, my daughters were like singing all the songs, and I was like,
yeah.
I've done my.
And
service.
what did his wife say?
She was,
She was
like,
like,
I just want my daughter. I
She
mean,
was like-
for my kids to know
yeah.
all
She was
these
like,
music
I
too.
think it's so amazing that your daughters know these 80s and 90s music. And
Yeah.
they're teenagers,
And she was
So,
like, I
yeah.
haven't heard this song in 20 years.
Yeah.
And Reina was like, oh, we just like heard it the other day.
You know what? You give me good ideas, Steph. You know what we need to do? We need to
Yes.
go ahead and kind of like set this up where we can go ahead and get all the familia together
Oh, absolutely.
and try to do like a Christmas party almost somewhere where we get together for
Oh
one
my
weekend.
God,
Yeah.
we
And
should
we
do
all
a
just
Christmas
chill.
party.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we should do a Christmas party.
Yeah.
Freaking
Exactly.
white
White
elephant gift.
all that. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
And
I
we,
like
hey,
that.
we can do pinche Spurs
gifts or
Loteria.
something.
No,
yeah.
Spurs Loteria,
Yeah,
Selena
yeah. Okay.
Loteria.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get a Grinch outfit going.
Ah,
You know?
Jimenez.
Jimenez is the
Oh,
Grinch.
Lord.
Jimenez definitely would be the
Pancho
Grinch.
Claus.
Yeah, Pancho Claus, Sancho Claus.
You know what?
Sancho Claus.
Sancho
My
Claus.
love.
I'm just saying. Pancho Claus, Sancho
Jimenez
Claus.
would be down
Jimenez
for
is
that,
the
dude.
Grinch. Yes.
Is the
Yeah.
Grinch.
Yeah, we got
Hey,
to we get
we need
yeah.
to get Esther back into San Antonio because you know when he's gonna come back for December.
Oh man, that's
Look
yeah.
at Rodrigo
That's-
Bravo. He says, I think that would be a dope suite. I'm
Right,
telling
exactly.
Yes, exactly. My man Rodrigo,
you.
you're right,
Puro
bro.
de raza, puro
Yeah,
raza.
Raza, bro.
Hey, we all deserve to experience the sweet.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And then and honestly,
We're
like
hardworking
that's
people,
how
bro.
it
We're all
works. Like
hardworking.
Yes.
like all those people, they all pitch in. That's how it
It's
works.
just having a good
Yeah,
time. You have
yeah.
a suite. It's just like a little private
gosh.
party with just
Exactly.
your closest
So-
family friends.
that's definitely the next
Yeah.
move, bro. That's
So
definitely
talking
the
about a
next
good time, can we talk about like our week, our Thanksgiving week that we've had?
Yeah, talk about it.
move.
Tell me.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Dígame.
Okay, so Mr. Spurnandez himself lands,
The
right?
man, the myth, the legend.
And it's always like we got an itinerary, guys. Like we really do.
Yeah.
Just because we are poodle, you know, we're about
Well, you
everybody.
got to keep your boy in check because when he lands, everybody wants to spend time with it. And you're like, what do
Oh,
you say,
man.
Steph? What do you
Oh,
say?
You already know, bro.
What do you say,
already
Steph?
know.
When my man lands in Texas, he is
He's
on.
on.
My time. So I am
That's
his
facts.
itinerary.
That is facts.
And
I
I
gotta
am
check
what
with
he's
the boss
doing.
first, man. I already
Exactly.
know. I already know.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, man, I live in San Diego. We obviously have a long distance relationship. We've been doing it for 2 years. It's not easy, right? We make it work. You know,
Going on 2
AirPods
years.
are clutch because we're in each other's ears all the time. So when I do come into town, yeah, like it's like she has this itinerary.
There's
down.
only so much
And-
time to go around.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
true.
that.
There's
man.
only so much time to go
There
around.
is.
Exactly. So yeah, so I
And-
land and we just hit the ground running.
Where you at, bro? Hey, bro.
I mean, we do hit the ground running, and it's kind of funny because even like when I do walk around solo, like everybody absolutely knows, like, okay, like yeah, Chicana Fuerte, like oh, it's Fernandez. Like when you see me by myself, I am working. Like
Yeah.
that's all I'm doing. I'm networking. I'm doing footwork. I'm working.
Yeah.
And Sunday, you land,
Mhm.
and then what happens?
What?
You don't, but you don't even
What?
remember. They, I mean,
Like,
what
so
happens?
so much has
Yeah.
happened. Well, no, like I mean, I have definitely been blessed in you know in this whole networking thing and meeting new people
Oh yeah.
and you know like I've met a ton of good friends like Jose Redondo, you know, he works for News One. He's
Yeah.
an amazing
Yep.
you know reporter, and just you know becoming really good friends with him, with the whole artist that
Yeah.
you know the
Yeah,
local
Soup.
artist.
Yep. Shout out to Nick Soup. We went to go check
yeah.
out the we
Hey,
went to go
man,
check out the mural.
He's really nice people,
He
bro.
is. He is.
Really
we
nice.
went to go look at his mural. I took a picture
Sweet,
with him.
very
Super
sweet
cool.
person,
Yep,
man.
Yep. Nick Soup.
Him
Took
and
a picture with
him
him.
and his entourage
His whole crew is good
definitely
people.
deserve
Yep.
that
Yep,
spot.
yep,
He's buena
yeah.
gente, and you can
He
tell
is.
just by the way he
Oh,
talks. And
bro,
he's just
I,
he's a vibe.
Yeah, I had never met him before, and he stopped painting, and I took a picture with him, talked to him. He asked me my name, where was I from, and
Yeah.
I told him my whole thing, like, hey, I'm originally from here, but I live in San Diego right now. I'm a Marine, and yeah, he was all about it, right? And you know, we go out to gimme
With Aaron.
with Aaron. Another big shout
He
out to
had,
my man Aaron. He's awesome.
yeah.
He had a grand
So
opening.
the grand opening for Gimme Gimme was on Friday.
Oh yeah, I
And,
saw that.
and it's
Yeah,
pretty funny because
yeah.
I was helping like pour the keg for a little bit. And only for a little bit because
Yeah,
remember, I'm
yeah.
a mom.
Yeah.
And we had volleyball practice.
Mhm.
And they're like, what do you mean you're only going to be here for a little bit? And then like come back. And I was like, I got volleyball practice. They're like, who the hell puts volleyball practice on a Friday evening? Like, don't they know you have a life? And I was like, volleyball club life is life. Like that,
Yeah.
that is what our life is. So helping pour the cake a little bit with Matt Garcia. He's a really good chef and one of Aaron's good friends too. Gimme Gimme's grand opening was a hit. And then
Hey, look good.
yeah, it was
Mhm.
so
Looked
much
really good,
fun.
yeah.
And then a perfect day, which
Perfect
is
day.
their wine bar.
Amazing wine bar. Amazing
We definitely met, more of his business partners
Yeah.
and Mr. Spurnandez himself sipped on some
Mezcal.
Mezcal.
Hey,
yeah, well,
That's
good
my
mezcal.
drink. That's my
Oh,
drink
bro.
right there, mezcal.
Shout,
bro.
shout out to my
Yes.
man Aaron because he had some good mezcal, bro.
Hey man,
And
you
we
know
were
what? The
just-
mezcal
yeah,
is
yeah.
tequila, but
Yeah.
they can't call it tequila because
Right.
it's not brewed in the tequila region.
Yeah,
But the one thing that I love about mezcal is every pueblito.
Yeah.
It's like moonshine. They make
Yeah.
it different. It has
Yeah,
its
yep,
own vibe.
yep,
It has its
yep.
own flavor.
Yeah, Aaron called it el mezcalito. Right?
Yes.
He said, "Hey, you want some of this mezcalito?" And it was on point, man. Again, shout out
Yeah,
to my man
man.
Aaron
Yeah, I mean,
and Gimme and
he
Amorinteno. He's doing a lot of
definitely-
good stuff out there in Southtown.
There's
If-
like a big old revival going down
There
in
is.
Southtown.
There really
I
is.
mean, and that's where life is pulling good people.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
no
that's
doubt.
that's exactly where we plan on setting our roots. That's exactly where I've always planned on setting my roots. And
Yep.
I've day one
The
moving-
Southtown.
San
Southtown, yeah, man,
Antonio
yeah,
since,
exactly. They're
so-
bringing Barrio Dog from San Diego out here.
Barrio
I know,
Dog.
yeah, I know,
Right.
I know. People don't want to Cali their Texas, but Barrio Dog is
And-
amazing, man. It's
and-
an amazing
and there's-
establishment, and they're
there's-
gonna do a lot for this community.
There's no insult to we got to live it up to
Man.
to Edwin Acero porque
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
no, we know
they have their flavor. Like it's just like every restaurant. They have their own flavor. They have their
Yeah.
own vibe.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
my gosh.
we just pull up to
Yeah,
Lane
man.
up 20 and Roadrunners
¿Qué
10.
pasó, man? This
I'll tell
happened
you
so
what,
quick, dude.
Tulane's a tough team, man. Tulane,
Dude.
it's 10-1.
No
and
joke.
They're an established program. Our age, much love to UTSA and Frank Harris, man. Like it's amazing what they've done for this city.
Hey, man, he
And-
played his last home game here,
Yeah,
man. He did,
you know
he
what,
did
man?
amazing.
I've actually personally had some run-ins with Frank
Buena
Harris
gente,
and
dude.
talks with him.
yeah.
Amazing
He's
kid,
a
man.
good person.
He is so amazing, so friendly, so down to earth. You know, the kid is just a good person, right?
I've run
And-
into him a couple times around town.
yeah,
Real chill dude,
and
man.
he is always willing to help out local San
Yeah.
Antonio establishments, right? So I've been blessed to have a couple of run-ins with him and kind of talk some business with him. But I mean, you know, he's having a rough going. He threw a couple of picks. Listen, Tulane is a good program. They're ranked, what is that, 18?
18?
Yes,
You know,
18.
hey man, it's growing pains for them too. All this is gonna do is get them is gonna be better for them, right? I mean, it's the second quarter. It's not over.
It's not
by
over,
no
but
means.
honestly,
I mean,
like the momentum that UTSA has had in the past couple of seasons is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like they are definitely like on the board, and they're
Yeah.
giving like, okay, obviously like homecoming games and stuff like that for colleges. They're like, oh, we're gonna put an easy game. Oh, UTSA ain't one of those games anymore.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
that's what's great.
Yeah, UTSA is becoming one of those teams where it used to be like, oh, I'll circle that as a W, right? Back in
Yeah,
the day.
not anymore.
Now programs are like, oh, we gotta watch these guys,
Our
you know. So
coaches are great.
good on them. Yeah,
Our coaches
yeah,
are great. Our
yeah.
players are great.
Coach does his thing. I know there's some talks about him being plucked away, which hey,
Kind
that-
of sad to see
it
that
is sad.
happens, man.
It's sad to see, but that's
But
kind
it
of the nature of the beast because good coaches get plucked like that. But he's done amazing for the city.
But you know why he's gotten those opportunities, man? Because everybody looks to see what he's done with UTSA football.
Exactly. And,
You know?
and it's an homage to what he's done here, So at the end of the day, like I don't fault the guy, man. Hey, if you get interviewed by A&M and these other programs, I mean, you'll be a fool not to take those interviews, So much love to him. You met Coach Traylor.
Hey, you know what?
With
We got to
Bob,
give
man.
another shout out too, man, because this is gonna be a house divided, like you said.
Yes.
You have UT playing tonight against Texas Tech. That game's scheduled for a 6:30 p.m.
Right.
tip-off.
Right.
Y'all are going to be going over to the Rock to be in, kind of enjoy the festivities of it opening up
Right,
and everything.
right.
You got a lot of juggle. You got the kids.
Yep.
You're going to be with your man here.
Mhm.
You're going to go over there to the Rock.
Last
Going to try to watch the game.
Yeah,
You're going to try to
yeah.
watch the Spurs game.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
man,
and my last night here because I fly back to San Diego tomorrow.
that's a
So
lot,
so
dude.
it's a lot, right? So the backstory is Steph is originally from Lubbock, right? So she was born and raised in Lubbock. She's been in San Antonio for about 10 years. So she's definitely a Red Raider, right? She's all about that.
Through and through.
Right? I'm a Longhorn. I was blessed to go to the University of Texas through the Navy Marine Corps ROTC program. I enlisted in the Marine Corps right out of high school, did a couple of deployments, and was lucky enough to get selected to an officer program where I got to go to school at UT.
Nice.
So, I'm a Longhorn, right? So when we met, that was one of the things. I was like, oh my God. I was like, this girl is perfect, except she's a damn Red Raider, man. Jesus Christ.
He was like, how the hell can this 30-year-old
yeah,
drink and still keep
Yeah,
her composure?
exactly.
The same shit that Mahomes said.
Yeah.
Texas Tech prepared me for this. Because there's nothing else to do in Lubbock
Yeah,
but drink.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
attest
You
to
can
that.
attest to that, right?
I dropped my son off there. Like I said, they had a program in the summertime. He was thinking about going down there. You can drop your kids off
Yeah.
to see if they like the college
Yeah.
experience
Check out
for
the
2
vibe.
weeks.
Check out the vibe.
I went out there, dropped him off. the drive over there, no hay una
Just
chingada.
Ain't
bro.
nothing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go
know
out
what's
there,
funny? I drive
nada.
at night because
Oh,
it's
no.
so draining.
Yeah.
It's there's nothing out there. You
There's
can't even
nothing.
see at night because it's so damn dark.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm a night owl, so
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? If we got to go back to Lubbock, I mean, and I can only go back to Lubbock for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And so whenever we do go, I drive at night, and like whenever I was growing up over there, I mean, because I was in the mariachi world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that you could do is either when football season was in, when we partied hard, mariachi. Like I was always at every single event because
Yeah.
I was with the top Lubbock group over there, and
That's all you could do.
that's all you could do.
No, I know.
you know,
You know what Chris
Yeah.
Leja says? All we did was drink
all we did
or
was
shoot
drink.
guns. He said he
Yeah.
would shoot the guns with his
Yeah.
boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my
That's
gosh.
about it.
Absolutely. I forgot that. I mean, I do walk around with a 380, so don't try
Yeah.
me, guys. I am not a target.
She ain't the one. Yeah.
I know everybody's like, you walking around hot, and I'm like, absolutely. Like I'm a mom
You
with
gotta protect your kids.
Yeah.
with my man 1,100 miles away. So
Yeah.
if you see me walking with my kids,
You're packing.
Mind your business.
She's
Exactly.
packing. Yeah, she's packing.
Mind your
She's packing.
business. But no. So house divided.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know what? Look,
And
it's always a good game. Tech and Longhorns. It doesn't matter about the records. It doesn't matter about. any of
I
that.
never
It's always
thought
a
in
good
my
game.
life that I would ever end up with a Longhorn, and not only like a Longhorn, but like you are an amazing, like you're a phenomenal man, especially like with your whole military background. Like, sheesh, I can't. I melt every time I think about it. I'm like, goodness gracious, like I'm so blessed with an amazing man that like I can protect. I know how to protect, and to be able to let my guard down and let this amazing man protect me and my children, like absolutely. Like
I'm working on
amazing.
getting Reina, who's an amazing volleyball player. To she was all about Tech. She was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go to Texas. There, Reina is her
my oldest,
daughter, and
my
so,
mini me.
Yeah. Oh, she's definitely a mini me. And she's so beautiful, so amazing. She was always about Tech, right? Because that's all she knew.
That's all she
And I
knew.
slowly kind of put the seed in her head, right? I took her to
Took her to a lot
a
of
Longhorns
volleyball
games. Showed her Austin, and now she's kind of thinking about it. But
And then also like with life changing and everything, definitely like the whole I want to stay closer to mom. Oh my gosh.
so we
Puro
got
pinche
Puro
West
Pinche West Side, right? Puro Pinche West Side, my man.
I applaud the people that have the nerve.
That's San Antonio, bro.
That is.
Tell that person to stop booing Kawhi. Like, really, tell that man,
Hombre.
right? Look at that, bro.
No
You-
me pasa nada.
Exactly.
Exactly. You think telling somebody like that has that on the back of their truck
They're
to
gonna
stop
stop?
booing Kawhi,
You know what's
that they're
crazy?
just gonna
Louder.
be like, yeah,
They
they're
were
gonna,
louder.
no, okay, that is funny.
They
As
were
soon
louder.
as soon as Pop said
As soon
that,
as Pop said,
everybody booed so
They-
much
they
louder.
booed.
They
they
booed
were
so
like,
much
what
louder.
the hell?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah.
so I mean, obviously, like the world today, what are we doing? We are on our phones, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
will
was
say,
instant.
me and Rick, we're on our phones, and then like we look up and we're like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
and
yeah.
then he also needs to recognize that, like, okay,
Yeah. You pulling up to the Frost Center in this
Well,
yeah.
in this
well,
bad
no.
boy right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Come
You're
on.
putting up
Whoa.
Picture West Side, bro. Come
well, not
on,
only
man.
that, but like, where are the boos coming from? They're not coming from that
Coming
lower
from
bowl.
the raza.
Yeah.
They're coming from
yeah.
the upper deck.
Exactly.
You know what? If the raza wants to boo, that's the prerogative.
Exactly. Let us boo, because we are going to be that scorned ex, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
we
not
are.
even apologizing
that's who we
for it,
are.
bro. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, like people would make it sound like, oh, we should be apologizing. We should be classy. Like, listen,
we are classy.
listen, we're classy in like our other facets of life, right? You know what I mean? I got to be classy every day
We're
as a
triggered
Marine
when
officer.
we see Kawhi.
Yeah, like you got to be classy at your job. You got to be classy, as a mom. You got to be classy here. You got to be classy there. At the Frostbank Center, when I'm rocking my
pay money
jersey
to go
and I
watch the
paid,
game,
I
and that's
want to
where
be
you let
fucking
loose.
necio.
Exactly.
I want to be rowdy. I want to be crazy, and I'm not gonna like. as
If
long
I
as you-
want to stack the cups,
yeah,
leave me the fuck
exactly,
alone.
exactly. What is that next? is Stacky Cups gonna be outlawed next? Please,
No more stacking cups.
Yeah,
Let's be
exactly,
classy.
Yeah, man.
exactly.
You ain't
bro.
buying my drinks, man.
Exactly, man. I'm actually really surprised that Pop, who's usually in tune with all these world issues, kind of basically put out your First Amendment right to boo or to
you see
express yourself isn't there.
I completely disagree with the booing.
And he's laughing. He's just being silly.
Who is that? My man Rodrigo? And again, that's fine if you. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not even a big booer, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to boo, then you can.
We were where were we sitting at this game? Like
we were in the 115.
Well, yeah, but like we were like right there with like Mr. the famous DJ Quate.
Yeah, we're right next to DJ Quate. Yeah, we're right next to DJ.
Right
Quate.
above him was like the base.
The baseline bumps. The baseline bumps. Yeah. We were like adjacent to the baseline bumps.
And they were telling.
Yeah. They were telling somebody to stop booing Kawhi.
They were like, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
And Rick was like, "Did you hear them?" And I was like,
there was a guy that was like, "Kawhi baby, Kawhi baby," like really loud.
That's all he was saying. He wasn't even saying like
nothing. Nothing.
Racially charged.
Kawhi baby, and she was like,
and the baseline bums were like, "Don't do that." So they were kind of taking on Pop's approach, and listen, here's the thing. It's to me, it's just. If you don't want to boo Kawhi, don't boo him. Like, that's fine. And if you do want to, well, then go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what it boils down to.
I'm paying for a ticket.
Yeah,
you can't tell me.
And I'm not going to
put
tell
up your West Side, bro.
Exactly. I'm not going to tell somebody, if you want to wave a flag around, like somebody might not like that. That's what I'm saying is like, where are we going to draw the line? If you don't like that somebody's waving a flag, like, are you going to tell them to stop? Are you going to tell them to stop banging the things when they're shooting free throws? Like, where is this going to end?
The Spurs encourage that, by the way.
Right.
They give you those.
Yeah, they give you those. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't know, man. And I understand, like, Kawhi is a different thing. Like, him being, listen, man, I appreciate Kawhi with the 2014 championship, man, and everything he's done for the city. I mean, my son had the infamous, F Kawhi, viral video. And I quote tweeted it again that day, just to be silly.
That ain't never gonna die. Somebody
silly.
Yeah.
It, oh, I know, and that's fine. It's pinned on my Twitter. I'm not hiding from it.
No,
like hiding from it.
It is.
But it is what it is.
You should be ashamed.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
We're not.
Man.
Look.
I
will
death
say,
threats.
like, we're not ashamed of living the life that we want to live, and having intrusive thoughts and being silly and being funny and letting kids be who they fucking are.
No, man, I got death threats, man. I really did. I got somebody that DM'd me and said, "I hope your son dies of cancer."
No, but
I got somebody that said, "What did he say?" He said, "I'm gonna kick your ass back to Guadalajara." I've never even been to Guadalajara.
What's that?
Like
I've never that on the map, bro?
Exactly. Like that was funny. That one was actually funny. That one was actually funny. Somebody DM'd me and said, I'm gonna kick your ass back to Guadalajara, and I said, I felt like Richie Valens. I was like, bro, I've never even been to Guadalajara. Like, what are you talking about? And I got death threats. I got, you're a horrible father. You're the worst. And at the end of the day, man, I know what I am and what I do, and like kids are gonna be kids.
People
it
always
is,
have an opinion,
of course, man.
Always.
And that, but it goes back to what we talked about, like about social media. Is like you don't know somebody on social media, or you think you know them, or you don't, and yeah.
Social media is full of keyboard warriors, bro.
Sure, and I'll accept some of the, putting out outlandish things. I do that. I'll put something out just to put it out there, but that's who we are. That's who I am. I mean, I'm gonna defend it. It is what it is. Or if I'm wrong, I'm gonna come out and say, my bad, I was wrong.
And it's funny because he's like Echo. What's it?
Echo O. Yeah.
He's like, you need to boo the Spurs also. Guess what? You know how much it sucks when we're like 3, and then it doesn't hit. Like we're also like, oh, like if you're at the game, you're hearing the crowd going,
right. Oh. So my man Echo O or Echo Zero says you need to boo the Spurs also for robbing of paying for those tickets prices for how they're playing. So listen,
they're not booing HEB for the increase in groceries.
I mean, I pay for my ticket. I have a good time there, and whether the Spurs lose or regardless of the record, I have a good time.
We do.
Every time
at Rodrigo.
Oh, that's right. You and my homeboy Johnny got into it on the thread.
I don't even know. I don't know if he's talking to me or is he talking to. He might be. I don't know who he's talking to, but he might be talking to this man Eric O or whatever his name is. And Echo O, but he's saying, he's saying you should boo the Spurs for the shitty product they're putting on the court. I get that.
You can boo if you want.
Exactly. You know what? Right. Here's the thing. If somebody wants to boo the Spurs, if somebody wants to go out there and boo the Spurs, then that's their right.
I'm not going to tell you, don't pay for these
Right.
prices because
Right.
it's a young team and they're gonna
Right.
lose.
Hey, if
Like,
I
like
wanna
I
go-
chose
We're
to,
not
I chose
telling
to
you to do
pay.
anything.
I chose to pay for season
Exactly.
tickets.
If I
And
go to
that's
the
how-
Rock tonight and
Right.
I want to boo Steph Curry every time he
Right.
touches the ball,
Right.
that's my prerogative. Man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And here's the thing: if somebody wants to pay a ticket and boo the Spurs, that's their right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ever tell somebody you shouldn't boo the Spurs or you shouldn't do that because they don't have no bearing on my life. Like,
What
I
if
don't
someone
care
a
what they
super
do.
fan shows up wearing a big old hat?
Yeah.
You're gonna
You know
say,
what? My
"Don't do that."
my man Clipper Soul, he's a big Clippers fan. He's like,
Oh, people are talking mess to him.
yeah, he's
Why?
he's a big Clippers fan, right? And he's like in San Diego, he's known as the big Clippers fan. He wears the blue afro wig,
Mhm.
glasses. He does a lot of
He's the man. He's
yeah,
the
and he
man.
does a lot of good stuff for charity out in San
Yeah.
Diego. I will give you that. But anyway, he's a big Clippers fan, so he goes to the games. He came to San Antonio. He cheered the Clippers and whatever. Good on him. Good for you, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's what the fandom's about. So if somebody wants to go to the game and boo the Spurs, I'm not gonna tell them what to do. I'm not gonna do that, right? Me personally, like I'm not gonna go and boo my own team that I love. Now, if you are a Spurs fan and you don't like what they're doing, you want to go boo them, well then go do it.
Go do it.
Go do it. I mean,
Yeah.
by all means, no one's
But you
gonna
don't
tell
have to
you
be told what to do.
exactly. So whether you want to boo Kawhi or whether you want to boo the Spurs, it's your prerogative to do it, right?
Yeah, I get that, man. But at the end of the day, too, the other thing is that I think
Obviously,
right now-
we want to see them win just
Exactly,
because
that's what I was gonna
of
get at.
What is
think
just
that's
because
why
of
there's
what
a
we've
lot
been
of
blessed
tension.
with.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of tension right
But,
now.
I mean, the reality of it, like you really got to see, like this is just a 19-year-old kid
Mhm.
who is far from home.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, what it boils down to is that the Spurs are losing. They're on a 10-game losing streak. It might be 11 after tonight. And Spurs fans are just getting a little
You're a little
upset.
antsy. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
getting
Which,
anxious.
which again, it's their right.
It's natural.
It's their right to do it. That's fine.
I mean, are we happy about it? No, we're not.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? We're not gonna be like, fuck the
Yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, we're in a losing streak.
But you know
and
what? We're in a losing streak. It's not fun.
We can't do nothing about it.
Being on the flip side as a fan, being here for so long, being a Spurs fan from day one since before I was born, seeing this, the Spurs win championships, seeing the progression of the team, with the David Robinson era, you seen the Tim Duncan era come in, the big three,
Yeah.
Timmy, Manu, Tony, seeing them go on their tear, winning championships and all that, and then seeing that the beautiful game to where the team has come now,
Can't believe it.
and it's hard to swallow,
Mhm.
but Spurs fans need to realize that things progress. They happen for a
Right.
reason.
Yeah.
Things will get better. Even when you had David Robinson, even when you had Tim Duncan, there were some tough losses there. They would go into the playoffs sometimes and they would lose.
Yeah.
And there were tough losses, but
Right.
they have to learn from all that. And that's the same thing that's going on now. They got to get tired of the losing. Losing teaches you something.
I mean,
Teaches you how to be better.
you
You
would
know,
think.
So I would say this. I wasn't a fan of tanking, quote unquote.
No, yeah.
I wasn't. I really wasn't.
we had the Spurs had
we
never done that.
Yeah.
Quote,
Rob,
wink, wink.
well,
they say
well,
they did that with
Robinson
Timmy.
and Sean were hurt that year before Timmy, and there's a bunch of theories about that. But
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of tanking, quote unquote. And I don't even tanking to me is like it's like a from the management team, like the level, like the
Fans are
GM
impatient.
Yeah,
and
they
all
are.
that. The players are gonna go out there and try to win. Like you can't tell somebody who's played a sport since they were, 5 years old, AAU, all these levels. Hey, go and lose. Like that's not in their nature.
No,
It's just like a boxer. Like I'm a boxing guy, right? And like
you don't want to get
even-
knocked
yeah,
down in the first round,
even,
bro.
yeah, exactly. Even if I know like I cannot beat this guy, I'm not gonna just lay down.
wanna go
I'm
on
gonna-
like no
I'm
pump.
gonna I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm not gonna just. Oh, you're better than me.
30
No,
seconds you
I am
got.
gonna think to myself, I might catch him. Like I might. be
Homie
able
might
to
get
catch
me in
him.
the third
Exactly.
round, but I made it
Exactly.
3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the same concept, right? Like the Spurs, the players are not gonna try to lose on purpose. Like they're giving their all. But I was never a fan of tanking. I mean, of course, I'm glad
Yeah.
that we got Victor Wembanyama and all that. But like the idea of hey, let's build a losing culture is not something that I think is
And look,
is good.
Rodrigo brings up a good point, and I agree with this. He goes, when Robinson came on board, we had the biggest win-loss switch
Yeah.
in history. When Duncan came on, we won the championship that next year. They want it the next
Sure.
year.
Right.
People are just expecting things to start clicking. That's true.
No, that's very true.
Yeah.
And I think that again, it talks about context. Robinson was a 24-year-old Navy vet and all that.
The Spurs waited 2 years for him.
Waited for him 2 years and all that. The Duncan thing. Robinson and Elliott were hurt the year prior. They went to the playoffs.
But
Duncan's first year lost to the Jazz.
Would have won his championship that next year after his rookie season if he didn't have David Robinson on the team?
Exactly.
That's a good
question. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good question. And that's the thing. We're talking, okay, Duncan being added to a Robinson,
stacked
Elliott
roster
team,
already. Yeah.
It's not the same as Wemby being added right now.
See
what I'm saying?
It's a work in
very
progress.
different- Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Had Tim Duncan been added to a team minus Robinson, minus Elliott,
he could have got there, but it might have taken a little longer.
we don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to say that, right? So,
but even with the David Robinson, when the Spurs had the biggest win-loss turnaround and all that, even then, they were still not winning when it would come to the playoffs. There was a lot of heartache.
Oh man, I remember
first round.
Oh, bro, the Jazz would kill us,
man.
bro. Jazz, the
Golden State Warriors bounced us, dude.
Yeah,
and who had an outing in that game? A little-known European player known as Marciulionis.
Yeah,
freaking killed us, bro.
Yeah.
We had the infamous Rod Strickland thing happen with the Portland Trailblazers, throwing the ball
Game
away.
7. Game 7. Game 7.
Disappointment after disappointment after disappointment.
Of course.
It turned around.
Yeah.
Once we got Tim Duncan on here, Spurs turned their fortunes around during that lockout season.
Yep.
Mind you, shortened season. They put it together and they won.
Yeah.
In
the next 3 years, unfortunately, we got killed by Kobe and Shaq.
But they were in the talk. They couldn't get past the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly.
But nothing was more satisfying than beating the Lakers and watching them cry on the bench.
Oh yeah. And when they finally got them in 2003, that was a beautiful thing. But I don't know, man. I think it just goes. It's like life, man. There's so many ups and downs. There's so many trials and tribulations, man. If you give up as soon as there's some kind of adversity, then damn, man. I don't know. I try to put everything back in perspective into our life that we live, right?
Yeah.
We all hit rock bottom. We've made mistakes. We've done all these things. If we just gave up, well, then that would be
the Spurs are being challenged right now.
Spurs are being challenged. Yeah. They're doing it, and it's a challenge that we've never felt before. We've never been, in a 10-game losing streak.
We've never been in like a full-on rebuild like this.
Exactly. So
like this.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is like there's other cities and other teams that are like this is what they've always done. Detroit Pistons, or I don't know.
Ask the Clippers.
Yeah, ask the Clippers. Like when have they won? Yeah, is that, you know what I'm saying?
Billy Crystal was a fan.
Yeah,
and he was out there when they were winning nothing.
Yeah, I remember
nothing.
Billy Crystal. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying though. Like you got to put it in perspective, man. Like it's so there's a finite amount of window to win championships. Milwaukee Bucks before Giannis, nada. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never had one. You know
what? I'll give
Golden
the Clippers.
State
I'll give the
before
Clippers
Steph
fans
and all.
this, man. If they know who Danny Manning is, respect, bro.
Yeah.
If you know who he is, respect.
Right. Yeah.
That's how I know you're a real one.
Yeah. No, man. And again, at the end of the day, and that's what it goes. It boils down to, for me, and us. It's not like I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm not a basketball fan. We are just a fan of this city and the community. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not. What I mean is, I don't mean I'm not a Spurs fan. What I mean is, it's not about basketball. Like it's about everything the Spurs bring.
Culture,
and if you don't live here, you're not from here, and you don't understand that. I get it. Like I get that you don't understand that.
But look, he brought up another good point here.
He said exactly. It's a work in progress. Spurs fans think Wemby alone can carry us,
enough.
But that's not the way the league is built.
Sure,
you need quality.
LeBron took a few years to win a championship, right?
It didn't happen.
LeBron went to LeBron went.
We got Kawhi.
Yeah,
boo.
Yeah,
it was 2011.
We didn't went to 2014.
We went to 2014.
That's when he really came into his own.
Right. LeBron took those 07 Cavaliers to the finals and got swept by the Spurs.
Yeah.
But I mean, LeBron didn't win right away. Exactly. Steph didn't win right away. Kobe took a few years. That's what's just crazy.
Kobe and Shaq took a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know what's also crazy is that like we've also experienced is like fans like also telling us like, how dare you be positive about your team?
Right.
Like, you know what? I will say, fuck you. I will be positive about
my team. That's the Prosecco talking.
No, this isn't Prosecco. This is Steph, because I've also told people who were like, how dare you be positive? And how dare you tell me?
And the
how
hood's
to-
coming out of her, man.
Oh, you already
Get the
know.
fire.
Bro.
Bring that fire.
No, yeah,
no,
yeah.
because like it is a process. And like, I mean, yes, I am an emotional and social teacher. And so like I do deal with like the emotional stance. Hence reason why I can deal with such a man. That's so
I'm a
infamous.
lot, bro.
The number one.
Yeah. I'm a lot to do. Let's put that out there.
You're a handful.
Let's put that out there
you're a
right now.
handful.
Yeah, I'm a lot to deal with, right? They're really, shout out to Steph.
She's got a
Chicana
lot of
Fuerte.
patience. She got a lot
She
of
really
patience.
does,
dude.
man. She really, yeah. It's tough.
It's
I don't
good
know
you
how
keep my
she
boy
does
in
it.
check, though. It's
I don't
good
know
you
how
keep him
she
in
does
check.
it because it's a full-time job.
I mean, it's a full-time job, but no, like for real, like there's nothing wrong with how everyone is feeling. Let the optimistic people be optimistic. Let the pessimistic people be pessimistic. So that way everybody
Yeah.
can be heard. And honestly, like our feelings and what we're doing isn't going to change a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
It's
You know
not.
what? He brought up another good point, Rodrigo. He says LeBron 07 Cavs was the only time one star carried a team.
team that
He
far.
had nobody. He had nobody.
Right. And
Exactly.
he was drafted in what, 03?
Bro, he had
He was
Anderson
drafted in
Varejao.
03.
And
4,
that's-
5, 6, 7. That's 4 years.
And
4
that's why
years
his
later.
ego is so big.
Right.
Because it
And
needs to be.
He was
Yeah.
talented enough to
Sure.
carry his team to the
Exactly.
finals.
Sure.
Yeah.
He did. It's that whole mentality. I'm gonna do it my goddamn self.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had Anderson Varejao.
Yeah.
He had Boo Boo Gibson. Those guys.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, like,
Sideshow
yeah.
Bob Anderson
Yeah.
Varejao.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
We know,
But
the thing
that's
is,
the point. The
fans
point
have to be
is,
patient.
yeah, it really is. I know people don't want to hear that. I know, and I don't. I mean,
People don't like losing. I mean, that's
nobody
It
likes
sucks,
losing,
yeah, it
bro.
sucks.
Nobody likes
It's no
losing.
good.
I mean, yeah.
exactly like we're all feeling it. Everybody's
But this
all
is
going
the
through
start.
the motions.
This
and like
is the start.
everybody is on a different roller
Yeah.
coaster,
Yeah.
and it is what it is. Like, and then also we're Hispanic.
Oh man.
Like
Yeah.
but majority of their fan base is
Yeah.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
And what
Shit,
do
we know
Hispanics
about
do?
disappointment. Shit, my father left. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
stop.
When you know what I'm saying? Man, my father left when I was 8 years old.
No,
So like,
but
you
it's
can't
like-
disappoint me.
It's
dog.
a
Like, I mean,
prosecco,
shit.
vato. This is a prosecco.
No, I'm just saying. Like, you think I'm gonna be broken by a team when my father left? Like, shit.
Hey, we're minorities. You can't break us, bro.
No,
¿Qué vas a hacer? No me
Exactly.
pasa nada.
Exactly.
exactly. But all I was trying to get to is like, hey, like we're Hispanics, we are extremely emotional.
We're passionate.
We
Yeah.
are
passionate.
But
extremely
we're also,
passionate.
resourceful. Like,
Yeah.
we bounce back. That's what I joke about my father leaving. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
You're an
we've
amazing father.
we've been through a bunch of adversity, and we can bounce back. Like, so a team is not gonna break me when my own father fucking left me. You know
No,
what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
you
just-
know,
no, like I'm laughing because like people are like,
Whoosh.
okay, I will say like whenever me and Rick are on a space, through X, I'm gonna always say Twitter. But no, like we do get a lot of people like rolling through because they're just dying to be like, oh, are you still positive? Fuck yeah, we are.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I guess what? Who went to the game? You didn't.
Yeah.
We did. And we're gonna have a badass
But I'm
time.
a puro Spurs fan 100. No?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And going back to football, like sheesh, like
If you only show up when the team's winning, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Exactly,
sure,
like,
exactly.
this one's a Cowboys fan, and
Hey,
like and
we know
the, and the-
disappointment, bro.
And the only reason why like I'm a Cowboys fan this year is because this one made a tweet and I bookmarked it
Oh,
because he's
man.
like, if they get a
Oh,
ring,
I-
so will Chicana
I saw
Fuerte.
the thing.
Oh shit!
I like it when he puts
I-
that other
I-
meme up there.
I-
The one where he
the
has the guy
kissing-
with
the
his side
kissing
chick.
meme? Yeah,
Está
yeah.
llorando.
Oh my gosh! You know how many times like we're
Yeah.
like we need to reenact this
Yeah.
shit so that way it's like
So
us.
what
He's
I
gonna
what
be
I
consoling you.
so what I told her
Right.
what I told her was, if the Cowboys get a ring, you'll get a ring.
hey,
so-
mira.
So she's been
Come
rooting
on,
for
Dak.
them, bro. She's been
Hey,
rooting. She's been rooting
I'm
for
gonna
them.
tell you,
Hey,
Steph.
you know?
It might happen
now-
this season.
Now I'm kind of nervous.
Hey, Jerry made up with Jimmy Johnson. He's
I
gonna
know.
be in the
Yeah,
Ring of
exactly,
Honor.
the Ring of Honor.
The
Yeah,
curse
I'm
has
a
been
little
lifted.
nervous now.
hey,
I was like,
he's over here like, here we go, and I'm
He's
like,
already
yeah,
like this.
Here we fucking go.
yeah, here
He's
we
looking at his bank
go.
account. You're looking at that
Yeah.
bank account.
I gotta go and see if my Jared account is open. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back to my Jared account.
You're gonna be like,
Oh,
hey,
no,
hey,
we
can
love
I
that
get
private
credit?
Jeweler. We're gonna
Yeah.
go to that one.
Here we go.
Here we go.
You know what she's gonna say? I want that ring. And you're gonna know, baby. You
Ah,
want this one.
shit, bro.
No, 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 no. I've sent him like an Instagram reel Like this dude like legit like proposed with like 5 different rings. I'm like,
No.
let me pick, baby.
I would have just made one. I said, hey, this is a
Exactly. Come
custom
on,
ring.
bro,
This is
exactly.
the one you get.
Come on.
Man.
come on,
Hey,
come
but
on.
he does truly know me. So
But you know what? If you make that, hey, man, this is what I'm telling you right now. If you make that custom ring, it means something. They can't tell you no, bro.
Facts.
And you
Facts.
control
Facts.
how many diamonds, how many carats
Yeah,
are in
yeah.
there.
you know how many times I try to tell this man no, and I'm like,
No, hombre. He's a necio, man. He's gonna work his charms. That's the way Mexicanos are,
You
man.
already know. You know that.
no.
We got powers, oh y'all.
You know that.
Oh no.
Oh, I
No.
know. Oh, you know the power.
You
know
would-
what
you
the
would-
power
powers
is.
over
You
y'all.
No.
know what the power is.
He was like, oh shit, your best friend's a therapist.
No, but I want to say, don't try to scare me. You can't scare me. No me
Yeah.
pasa nada.
Nah.
You know
No
how
me
many times he
pasa
tells me
nada.
that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you repeat to me what I just said? He's like, stop trying to use your psych
Yeah.
shit.
I was like, don't give me no therapy, man.
Yeah, I don't need
I'm not here for no therapy session. I'm not
Give me
here
more
for none of that.
prosecco. This is my
Exactly.
therapist right here. And you know what? I got his other therapist. I got a fridge full of beer.
What's going on?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like a big loud noise.
Oh, hold on.
Here you go. Oh, no, it's back. It's back. There it is. Now it's back. Right there. There it is.
We didn't do anything.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
We had some technical difficulties.
There, we're back.
Technical
We back.
difficulty.
But
We
we're gonna
back.
have to go ahead and bring the show to a close because we're already going long.
Oh my God, we will stay here all day.
An hour and 25
We'll
minutes.
stay.
Still going. Still
can stay
drinking
here all day.
prosecco.
Talking
Yeah,
about
put a
pop
Prosecco.
booing.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm the man after my own heart. This is my therapist right here.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Hey, we definitely need to meet this Rodrigo Bravo.
Yeah. Hey,
Really,
Rodrigo
he's
Bravo.
familia, dude. He
Yeah.
thinks
Hey,
like us.
Hey, brother. Hey, go out to the Rock. Go out to La Cantera
What is it?
tonight.
One of us.
Yeah,
One
he's
of us.
One of us. He's one of us. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
man, he can make friends with the enforcer, Chris Leja.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? I've been so busy over here talking with you guys and everything. I even forgot about to give a shout out to some of the people who help support us.
Let's do it.
We
Let's
gotta
do
get
it.
a shout out
Let's
to
do it.
Let's give
Let's
the
do it.
one and
all the
only
shout-outs.
Chris Leja.
Of course. the
MCS
enforcer.
General
Mr.
Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leja over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. Yeah, the other person I got to give a shout out to is my boy over here with the Locked On Spurs podcast, Jeff Garcia, El Jefe. So we'll go ahead and give him a shout out, and then we'll come back and end the show.
I got a story
Locked On
about
Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Hey, I actually got. I got a funny story.
Be nice. Be nice.
I got a funny story. And
No slander on my boy.
We'll save it for next time. But hey, we figured it out, and it was a misunderstanding. We cleared it. If you follow me on Twitter, you know
If
what
you
I'm
know, you
talking
know.
about. If you know, you know. But my man big time me. My man big time me, and he knows he big time me. But
Well,
now
I got a story for you. I'm gonna share with you.
okay,
afterwards.
hey, I'm just gonna leave it at that. My man big time me.
We
we
definitely
we squashed it.
understand.
It was a misunderstanding. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. But no, hey, my man big time me a little bit, but I got love for Jeff. It's all good.
You got nothing but love for Jeff. You know what? We got nothing but love for you and Chicana Fuerte. Thank you so much for joining us here in the studio. Again, can't thank you guys enough for being such gracious guest and
Muchísimas
bringing the
gracias.
prosecco,
Hell yeah.
having some
I mean,
mimosas.
And
Yep.
and
Champagne mommy.
I will say, the near future, there will be our brand
Nice.
of our own business.
News is coming.
Yeah.
News
yeah,
is
yeah.
coming.
Breaking
Keep
news.
on the
Yeah,
watch out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We definitely have a ton of good people in our corner. I've been doing a ton of networking.
Oh, I know what's
and-
coming, but I'm not
Mhm.
going to say because we
Yeah.
don't want to put it out there for
Yeah,
everybody to
yeah,
try to steal the
yeah.
idea.
Yes, I mean,
But things are coming.
Things
Yeah,
are coming,
yeah.
and their dates have been set. And
Nice.
Everybody's excited.
No más dígame. You know I'm
Yeah.
here to support 100.
Yeah. Hey, big shout out to Two Shots Podcast, man. I appreciate you, big dog.
Yes,
I
Yeah,
really
man,
do.
always,
I
man.
appreciate you,
And-
man. You're a
and-
real one.
I'm gonna do a tiny shout out to my stylist,
Go ahead.
Miss Monica.
Shout out.
She's definitely with the whole accepting my vision and the whole content creator and everything that Steph Mejia is. She fully is.
And she's the brains, bro. She's the brains.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You already know.
We already
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah, you already know.
Yes, Monica Afro, and that's my connect to Zach Collins.
Yeah.
I
She's
will-
gonna be trying to shout out Zach when he's
Yeah.
on the TV screen.
Yeah.
Zach,
Yeah. Let
No.
me know when you're getting a haircut.
I wanna watch. I wanna watch. Can I have some of your hair?
Exactly.
No.
She's gonna save it in a Ziploc.
She's gonna go
bag
take
and
it to the
shit.
brujeria.
Stop
La
it.
brujeria.
Exactly.
No. As soon as this man gives me a hall pass, I'm like, let's go, Zach.
Ay, no, hombre.
No, but no, we are extremely thankful for you and supporting, our image and like what we're doing.
Of course, that's why the
And-
platform's here. It's for everybody.
Absolutely. So we are definitely looking forward to what the future is going to hand to everyone.
Oh, we're excited about
Yeah.
watching it too.
Absolutely.
Having that come up,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
It's exciting.
and that's the only way that people grow is by helping one another and being there and
Exactly.
supporting. You can
Yes.
say you're gonna support, but actually doing
Yeah,
it—that's a
yeah.
different thing.
Talking and actions are two different things.
Exactly, bro.
Big shout out to
And
the
we're all
Poodle
about
Network
action.
because damn it, we
Yeah.
We're
I-
kicking.
Yeah.
Kicking.
No, the Poodle
Yeah,
Network.
yeah.
like,
Matt Lerma,
I've
Matt
never
Lerma,
seen,
Matt Lerma, that's his baby.
I've never seen the starting. Like, I've never seen 5 people with the same vision of just siempre just nothing but help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm blessed to be a part of that starting
Yeah.
5.
Shout out to Matt Lerma and the Poodle Network.
Of course, man. Getting it out there, getting the word about what's going on here with your local business. Support local.
Yes.
And you know what? We're gonna have some get-togethers here before the end of the
Mhm.
year, at least 1 or 2, where
Mhm.
we go to some of these local
Oh.
businesses and support them.
And actually, we were just introduced to a nonprofit with Caesar
Mhm.
on this whole human trafficking thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak too much of it because I don't know, but the Poodle Network is fully behind and supporting
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So there will be a walk for it in January that we are going to just put all our efforts into.
Shout out to Caesar. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. So that's about all the time we have for today because you guys got to get out of here and go somewhere.
We
with
gotta
your
go to the
kids.
Rock. We gotta go to the Rock.
Go
La
to the
Cantera.
Rock.
I know my kids are like,
you
we're
wanna,
hungry.
if you wanna meet up with us at the Rock La Cantera, let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. Go
Shout
out
out,
and meet them
yeah,
out. Go
exactly.
meet with them. Go meet with the Puro Network. They'll be out there. And special shout out to our boy JC with Special Leaf. También, go ahead and support local. Give them a look out, and see what they're doing over at Special Leaf. So I'm Joe Garcia. So for Real Spurnandez and Chicana Fuerte,
Gracias,
we out.
amigos.
Stay
Y'all have a
puro.
great weekend.
Stay
We'll see
puro.
you all on Monday.
Stay
Yes,
puro.
sir.
Peace.